Henry the Green Engine has worked on the island of Sodor for a long time. He's very fond of it, especially of the forest and the animals there. He loves animals very much, but is cautious whenever they get too close.
Animals, he says, should not be anywhere near railways. It's dangerous. They could hurt themselves. We could even hurt them. We wouldn't want that.
The other engines often laugh and remind him of the time he was too scared to approach a cow, but he always kept firm to his belief, at least until one day. It all started one day when Henry pulled into Maron with a local passenger train. It seemed to him as if his passengers were busy looking at something on the platform. It wasn't long before the crowd moved aside to let the station master through, along with a peculiar sight. "Well, bless me," said Henry's driver. "Whatever is this, Jim?" "This," said the station master, "is our new station cat. I took her with me when we moved from Wellsworth." Henry looked down nervously. "Say hello to Aurora, Henry," the station master said gleefully.
"Oh, I will not,"
Henry retorted nervously.
"What is a cat doing here of all places?"
The passengers looked at him confused. "What's the matter with you, Henry?" his driver asked. "You're usually not this rude in a bad mood."
"I'm not trying to be rude,"
Henry scoffed.
"I'm just not sure if bringing a pet to a station is a good idea. You ought to take her back home immediately."
"Oh, you misunderstand, Henry," said the station master. "Aurora lives here." Aurora walked up and gave Henry a head bump on his cylinder. He wheezed steam in alarm.
"Who? Absolutely not! This place isn't safe for something that small. You must take it away."
The passengers got involved. They argued with Henry until they were all red in the face, but Henry wouldn't let up. He left the station 3 minutes late, leaving a very cross station master and a very confused cat behind. Later that day, Henry stopped his local at the junction to Thomas's branch line. Percy was there, shunting.
"Hello, Henry,"
He said,
"nice day, eh? Not a cloud in the sky, nice and sunny."
"Doesn't feel sunny to me."
Henry huffed.
"Oh dear,
Percy chortled.
seems like there's one cloud.
"Where?"
In your smoke box, silly. What's the matter?"
"It's that cat!"
Henry burst out.
"At Maron Station, they've decided to let a cat roam railway property. Oh, I swear she's going to get hurt if no one's careful. I tried to tell them, but they wouldn't listen."
Oh, sounds like someone else I know.
Percy looked up innocently. He began to sing.
Once an engine attached to a train was afraid of a few drops of rain.
"You're not taking this seriously."
Oh, liven up, man. You act as if this is the end of the line.
"Well, I'm not letting them get that cat hurt."
Henry huffed angrily out of the station.
That engine, I do not know.
He arrived back at Maron just as Edward was taking on water in a nearby siding. To his horror, Aurora was playing just next to him.
"Edward!
Henry gasped.
Look out!"
"Oh, she's quite harmless," Edward chuckled as Aurora purred alongside.
Look, she wouldn't hurt a fly.
"Yes, but you might."
Henry said as he looked down. Aurora looked at him with a quizzical look on her face. Edward looked at him too. I heard about this morning. I understand your worry, but you must realize Aurora has been around the railway her whole life. She was brought up amongst us at the yard down at Wellsworth. I know her well. She never got hurt or caused any trouble. She seems to know her way around us engines quite well." And as if to make that fact clear, Aurora jumped onto Edward and looked at Henry again. Henry couldn't be sure, but her ears almost looked as if they were listening for something.
"Oh, this is ridiculous,"
He snorted.
"A cat that knows its way around engines. I could never be safe."
He puffed away very cross indeed. Next morning, Henry was tasked with taking a mixed goods train to Vickerstown, on the other side of the island.
God, no, please, please. Oh, thank God.
He picked up his train at the docks, still grumbling from the day before. Edward was getting his own train ready. You're not still angry about Aurora, are you?
Of course I am!
Hissed Henry.
How can you be alright with such a little frail animal running around a busy railway line? A poor fuzzy thing might get hurt.
I don't disagree with you, Henry, Edward said calmly, but you must understand the situation. That cat is more useful than you might think.
Don't forget it.
Henry scoffed loudly as he set off.
The day a cat proves useful to me is the day I eat a fish instead of deliver it.
Now, Maron Station stands at the foot of Gordon's Hill, a large obstacle on the main line. The incline is so steep, Henry sometimes needs other engines to bank him up it. Not today, though. That day he was full of hot air, which made his fire burn nicely. He had lots of steam as he attacked the climb, but his trucks were scheming.
Henry is cross,
Giggled one.
let's take advantage.
Another yelled. Henry didn't hear them. He was thinking about what he'd say the next time he saw Aurora. As he crested the hill, it happened. Yelled the trucks.
Stop! Stop!
Henry yelled, but it was no use. The big engine surged down the hill at immense speed. Ahead lay the station. James had left some wagons on the main, ready for Henry to collect. No one saw Henry coming, but someone heard him. Oh, hello, little one. What are you up in arms about?
Oh.
The station came into view quickly,
Good heavens!
cried Henry. His driver and fireman applied his brakes and jumped clear. Henry shut his eyes, expecting the worst. He had swerved violently away from the trucks. Henry was very puzzled. Soon, Edward and Percy brought the crane, and Henry was being helped up. I still don't understand it, said his fireman. How could anyone have seen us come at that speed? Not seen, heard, Edward smiled. His eyes led Henry's over to the signalman, walking alongside a familiar cat. The signalman shook hands with the station master. Your cat's here today, Jim, he said. She ran up and scratched on my door in time for me to see Henry and change the points. She's remarkable. How did you teach her that? I didn't, laughed the station master. I had Edward do it. Henry looked over in shock.
You did?
He asked in amazement. Oh well, Edward smiled. It's just a knack. His smile broadened. Told you she could be useful. Henry was impressed. Ever since that day, Henry hasn't complained about station cats since. He still believes that animals and railways don't mix, and he's not wrong, but he now knows not to take every animal at face value. He and Jim's cat have grown very close, so much so that the passengers and the other engines started nicknaming her Henry's fuzzy friend. And if you were wondering, Henry didn't end up eating that fish. He gave it to Aurora as a show of gratitude.